Moving on to our next topic, types of hybrid funds. The best of both worlds, equity and debt, make hybrid funds. And in some cases, it may also comprise gold. The percentage allocation to each asset depends upon the investment objective of the scheme. A hybrid fund can be either equity dominated or debt dominated. In an equity dominated hybrid fund, the investment objective of the scheme is majorly growth of principal through equity along with providing some stability through debt. Whereas in a debt dominated hybrid fund, the investment objective of the scheme is primarily stability of principal by majorly investing in debt along with a little stimulus to returns through equity. So beginning with the types of hybrid funds, and the first category is a balanced fund. A balanced fund is an equity dominated fund, and here at least 65% of the portfolio is invested in equity and the remaining is invested in debt. The equity component helps in generating returns for the investors and therefore it helps in achieving the primary objective of the fund, that is capital appreciation. The remaining debt component gives stability to the scheme since debt contains the risk element and imparts peace of mind to the investors. This 65% equity component also helps the scheme retain the status of an equity scheme so that the investor can get tax benefits. If an investor holds his investment for a period of at least a year, then any gain on his investment over and above rupees 1 lakh will be taxed at a modest rate of just 10%. A balanced fund is a very popular category among new investors. It is an amazing product for a new investor who is just venturing out into mutual funds, is seeking exposure to equity for superior returns, and is also looking for stability at the same time. In India, majority of investors invest in fixed deposits. Over rupees 100 lakh crore is invested in fixed deposits, while the mutual fund investment stands at just around rupees 18 lakh crore and the equity component out of this 18 lakh crore stands at less than rupees 7 lakh crores. This data is as of 2017. So this means there are a few investors having equity exposure. A balanced fund is a good product for such investors. It is a perfect solution for their unique needs. They'll get returns from the equity component and stability from the debt component. A balanced fund is also a very popular option among investors who are looking for a regular income. Investors, including many retirees, typically invest for regular income in bank fixed deposits or in postal schemes or in senior citizen savings schemes. Now the problem with these investment options is 1. Low returns. 2. These low returns are taxable. And 3. There is no scope for capital appreciation. And considering the present scenario where the interest rates are continuously falling, the investors are more keen on exploring other options which can give better returns. A balanced fund provides an incredible counter to these traditional investing instruments with its SWP option because it provides regular income as well as it takes care of all these issues. A balanced fund provides significantly better returns than these traditional investing options. These returns are tax efficient, and lastly, it provides the investor's investment an opportunity to grow. So what is a balanced fund with SWP option? Systematic Withdrawal Plan, commonly known as SWP, is a service offered by mutual funds which provides the investors with a specific amount of payout at predetermined time intervals like monthly or quarterly or half yearly or annually. For investors who have a medium to long-term investment horizon, like greater than 5 years, a balanced fund can be a good wealth creation opportunity. These are the performance stats of balanced mutual fund schemes for 3-year and 5-year periods. This table shows that balanced funds have been able to generate around 4 to 6% more than the Sensex over these time periods. The superior returns from a balanced fund are irrespective of the fact that the Sensex is 100% equity, whereas a balanced fund is around 65% equity. This means that balanced funds have created wealth for the investors at lower volatility. These returns are achieved after containing the risk through the debt component of the portfolio. According to the new categorization of mutual funds, balanced funds are now called equity hybrid funds. Coming to the next category of hybrid fund, the debt hybrid fund. Here, the allocation to debt ranges from 70 to 95% and the remaining 5 to 30% goes to equity. The primary investment objective of a debt hybrid fund is providing stability to the investment, and therefore it predominantly invests in fixed income instruments. Here, the investor can expect an additional 1 to 2% return than a fixed deposit due to this equity component. These are the performance stats of debt hybrid funds, where the maximum equity component is 15%, 20% and 30%. So as you can see from this table, the recent return numbers from debt hybrid funds are in the range of 8 to 11%. So people who are not at all comfortable with equity, a debt hybrid fund can be a baby step for giving them a small exposure to equity. The next category of hybrid funds is equity savings funds. An equity savings fund is like a debt hybrid fund, but with equity taxation. Here too, the portfolio of the scheme is like that of a debt hybrid fund, with the exception that the fund manager of an equity savings fund bifurcates the debt component between debt and arbitrage, so that the portfolio's total equity component, including the arbitrage component, is at least 65%. However, the idea behind maintaining the 65% equity component is not generating high returns from equity. The returns from the arbitrage component are comparable with liquid funds. The overall idea or the objective behind investing in an equity savings fund is generating tax-effective returns. The risk and returns in an equity savings fund can be compared with a debt hybrid fund, but with added tax advantages. The investor can save tax while containing the risk. He just has to hold the investment for more than a year. This is a performance comparison of equity savings funds with debt hybrid funds and bank FD. We have assumed a 7% rate of interest for bank FD, although in the current scenario the interest rates are even lower. Both equity savings funds as well as the debt hybrid funds have been able to outperform the conventional bank FDs. The benefit here is tax-effective returns. And with this, we conclude our topic of types of hybrid funds. Thank you.